to my fall home tour. As you can see on the front door, I made this scarecrow wreath, and I will click a link to the YouTuber that I found, that I followed and kind of copied her. I also made this welcome sign. It's my first attempt at buffalo check, but it was pretty simple. I'm going to make a little video and and include that as well. So I really like the way it looks. So come on in, and I hope you like what I've done with the place. So just so you know, I slowed this recording down. So if it looks like I'm really opening that door slowly, that's why. I was rushing through it and I wanted to take my time going through these things. But the entry, I it's kind of narrow, so I'm going to go up the stairs in a minute and try and show you some of these items. Most of the pictures, like the paintings and stuff, I found at thrift stores or on eBay. Um, the Grateful and the truck with the pumpkins in the back, I think I bought those at Michael's, not Michael's, Kirkland's last year. The pumpkin sign, it was a Hobby Lobby find several years ago. And then I have pictures of my family on the walls. That wicker pumpkin I found at an antique store just a few weeks ago. That is an old furniture piece at the top of the wall. I think it might have been from a bed or at the top of an armoire, but I loved it when I found it in an antique mall and had to bring it home. I loved the detail in it. I'm walking backwards up the stairs, so I apologize if you just see blank wall, but yeah, okay, so that shelf above the door. My mom and I were having lunch one day, and someone had posted on her neighborhood Facebook page that they were just getting rid of the shelf, and if anybody wanted to come get it, it was first come, first serve. There's a little, it's broken on the end, but I'm going to get some stain and cover that up. You can't really see it from the ground. But all of the items on there were things that I inherited from my grandmother's. There's an old recipe box that has her handwriting and recipes in it, and a tray, and the little lemon tree, and that's a peacock bookend on there, and also the little white vase that I just stuck some greenery in. The Rise and Shine sign I found in Round Top last year. The pig sign, I cannot remember where I found that at, but it's so cute. Okay, so these sconces, these wall sconces, I made them. Um, that was an old like cabinet door I found at the Habitat for Humanity Restore shop and ended up getting them for the low, low price of 99 cents a piece. I am so proud of how these look. I just brought them home, painted them, and added some hooks and these inexpensive lanterns that I found at Aldi for $6.99 a piece. And they're on a timer. The LED lights come on in the evening, so I apologize. I kind of tripped walking backwards up the stairs. But um, yeah, I love how it looks. The timer comes on at night and adds a little coziness to the walk down the stairs or up the stairs. And I had this shelf already that it was something I found on clearance at um, Joann's, I believe, for maybe $3, and added that to that. I had no idea what I was going to do with it, but it looks cute, and so that the two sconces don't look identical. And I just put a plate at the bottom of the other one. It added a little contrast color. It was pretty. That window, the stained glass window, I found in Round Top, maybe 6, 7 years ago, and it's followed me around. I've had it in kitchen windows, and I just thought it was perfect for that window when I moved in here. There's another look at my entry. That shutter there, I painted green just recently with some leftover paint. And I thought, oh, it's going to be perfect for the fall and maybe even Christmas. I'll hang a wreath probably from it. the bench I've had for years, and I'll just change it up for the holidays. And here is my dresser that I have like batteries and art supplies in. I'll give you another look at that. And I have an antique mirror hanging above it that I found at my favorite uh, was it Antique Mall in spring. And just pictures of my family. We don't really use the top of this, so I just kind of, it's not cluttered, but I put everybody and everything I love on it. And it's cute. I've had that lamp there forever. I'm going to say it's like 15, 16, 17 years old. And this is a dresser that was my mother's, part of like her bedroom set. And I took it, it was a light wet wood, and I painted this gray, antiqued it, and added those cute knobs that I found at Hobby Lobby. I did that maybe 6 years ago. Here's another look at the front door. So there's this table here in the, you're going to see it in just a minute. This artwork, I really did not spend very much money on it. It was, I think, $18 in Tomball at a little, it was maybe more like a boutique, but they have antiques mixed in. And I like the color of the vase and the flowers. That bench, I just have a fall, I think that's maybe even a table blanket or picnic table blanket. But I bought it at Williams Sonoma maybe 5 years ago. No, yeah, something like that. Anyway, the pumpkin pillow I found at Pottery Barn a few years ago. There's that wicker pumpkin. If you flip it around, it has a jack-o'-lantern face on it. So it's pretty cute. I found it at Granny's Corner in Tomball. So that little table there is something that I've had for years, and I didn't have a place to put it. So what I ended up doing, I wanted something in this little hallway, and I cut it in half and put a cleat on the wall and mounted it to the wall. That's the that's not the original color. Well, it was a red, but I needed to clean it up, so I painted it red again. But I don't think that I'm going to keep it red. I think I'm going to paint it gray or something. But for now, it'll do. I found those lamps, those milk glass lamps, and added the chicken wire shade to it. It kind of moderns it up just a tad, or farmhouses it up. And yeah, this is my living room. I wasn't sure about the, I don't know why I'm turning toward. Remember, I slowed down this video, so what would have been just a few seconds of me just kind of turning around looks like I've purposely pointed you towards my bathroom door. Anyway, here is my living room. I just love the colors, and I added some pops of orange for the fall. The pillows I found at the orange pillows I found at I'm going to say Kirkland's this year. They were on clearance. It was just before fall, so I was kind of surprised that they had them for 60% off. I ended up getting them, I want to say $11 a piece. I have a lot of height in this room, so I've just recently started going up in height. I had found that piece above the TV at Hobby Lobby and put it there last year when I moved in. That plant I have, it's sitting on top of a chair, like an office chair type antique chair, and I had just found the base and added the wood top to it. You see the living family room is open to the kitchen and the dining area. I did a previous video of my Thanksgiving tablescape where I kind of went into detail of everything in the dining room. So if you haven't seen that, I will link it below. But there's a little cozy nook here, or cozy corner, where I have a chair, and of course, if you want to sit on that chair, you'd have to move all those pillows. But yeah, I found that little eye chart at Home Goods. The floor lamp. It's a Pottery Barn floor lamp, and I've had it for a long time. I don't think that they sell them anymore, actually. And here you'll see how I went up, just to give some visual interest above. Above that entryway, I have angel wings that I found in Conroe. They have a little shop that's near the lake, and they had them displayed outside. I bought them years ago, and they've followed me around. I don't have a fireplace, so I put as a little focal point there on the entry there, that shelf. I There's an opening from the um I I was pointing up there because there's an opening from the game room upstairs to the living room downstairs. And that's actually where that shutter that's in the hallway came from. I was going to try and close it up, but my measurements were incorrect. So I have like 3 shutters that I'm trying to figure out what to do with, that I bought at the Habitat for Humanity Reclaim store. But yeah, there's that shelf that I put as a little focal point for the holidays, just for more um, interest. I don't hang stockings from it. I hung the stockings from the stairs, the banister going up the stairs. I've added little pops of color in here for the fall. The sofa table here, I made that. I've had that lamp. I think I bought it at Kirkland's many years ago. Had it in my office for a while and thought it would be perfect on this table I made. I bought the Singer sewing machine base on an online auction, and I think I paid $60 for it. It was kind of pricey, but I knew exactly what I wanted to use it for, so I brought it home. I made the tabletop, stained it, and I'll zoom in a minute and you'll see I added a little laurel wreath and then my initial to the top. It kind of broke up all of that wood, but that I love how it turned out. It has that like industrial farmhouse type eclectic vibe, granny chic look, I guess. All the little pops of fall in here are just my style. All these warm colors. In the spring and summer, I'll change out those, excuse me, those orange pillows to something more maybe light in color. I have that blanket ladder I found in Brenham. There's a picture. I don't think you'll get a very good look at it, but there's a picture on the wall there. It says Shea Valerie, has a bicycle and some flowers coming off of it, and I found that on Ballard Designs many years ago. I don't think that they sell it anymore, but Valerie, since Valerie's my name, I had to have it. And I'm not sure why I'm showing you the wall, but there's the dining room again. There is a stool there in the corner. I'm going to do some videos on homemade Christmas gifts, and that is a stool that we picked up from my grandmother's house. It's one of the things that she had in her kitchen forever, and I'm going to redo that for my mother for Christmas. But like I said, I've gone through everything in the dining room. In my my fall tablescape tour. If you haven't seen it, I will link it below. And I'd love it if you checked it out. I went into detail on all of the things in my cabinet there, the angel, the pillows. It's very homey, and I love the blue. It calms me, and it goes well with all of my collections. I'm not one of those types of people that just keeps little things like very minimal. I'm not a minimal person, as you can probably see here. My kitchen, I have um, my mixer, although I haven't used it much lately, but I used to when I baked a lot, used it every day. So anyway, I like the top of the cabinets. It gives me space to put things up there. I added a little glass pumpkin on a stool and the pumpkin pie sign I found in Tomball. That grocery sign above the pantry door. I think that was 60% off at Michael's. I picked it up for $12, I think. The stools there below the bar, or the island, I found in Round Top a few years ago, and I loved how they turned out. I had them in my little apartment, and I like the blue and the finish on it. I've seen so many people on YouTube doing these three-tiered tray decorations that attempted my own. My daughter was a little. She said we used to keep our vegetables and fruit on there. I said, well, this looks better. This basket I found. Okay, so I saw something on Pinterest a few years ago, and I loved how it looked. It kind of like put all the things that you needed in your kitchen all together and made it look pretty. So I copied it. I found that little basket in Tomball, I think it was a few years ago, and put a napkin in, or a dish. Uh, I guess it is a napkin, and I'll change it out for the seasons. But it kind of organizes all of those little things that I would already have kept on my counter out. There's another look at the top of my cabinets. I have up there some dishes that are kind of fragile that already have cracks in them that I still love, and I'm not going to part with them, but I have them up there. That tea kettle my mother bought me for my birthday, and I think Mackenzie Child started doing a blue check version. Well, I know because it's right there, but yeah, it's cute. It has the perfect color blue that I love. And my little coffee bar area, I have my Alexa or Echo or whatever it's called there with my coffee essentials. That little blue cobalt vase, I just change out the flowers for whatever season it is. I think I just kind of put a mismatch of what things that I had left over from my decor in there, but it looked fine. We have there, as you enter from the garage, our little control station. These are some Pottery Barn organizational things that my sister had, and when she moved, she didn't need them, so I got them from her. And we have a calendar when my daughter needs my grandson to be picked up, and it all works for us. It's cozy. And then behind there is that laundry room tour. If you didn't get a chance to check out my little laundry room tour, I will link it below. It's a little Pottery Barn inspired. It's a teeny laundry room, but it's got a lot of organization. But there's a bigger look at the little mantle I added. The vase is a Target dollar spot find, and I just added some fall greenery to it. and flowers. The wall sconces I found at a shop in Tomball. They were reasonably priced, so I added those LED candles to it. And I found those candles at Home Goods. They were actually, they smell like vanilla. But I hope you were inspired by anything you saw here. I just kind of, if the colors work well, I'll put it there. Most of the time, I just sit in my room and stare and wonder, okay, what am I going to change here? What looks good? What doesn't look good? And I'm pretty pleased with the way the things have turned out. I when I bought the what did I buy? Oh, the little decorative thing above the in the entry. I found this little blue and white cup. Added some floral to the top of it, and I love it. It's a big coffee cup or soup cup, I guess, but it had the transferware patterns that I didn't have. But thanks for visiting my home. If you were inspired by anything you saw, please hit subscribe, and thanks for coming. Bye.